to the Loose Dads podcast.
Evening. This is Loose Dad's evening. I'm Sparky. No Jim tonight, which means I'm here for Loose Dads hosting. It's a podcast for dads or for everybody. It's a parent podcast. It's a bunch of dads sitting around chatting dad stuff. And as I say, Jim, who normally runs the show, isn't here tonight. So I still thought I'd keep with his tradition and give us all a proper introduction, boys, right?
Sorry, can I just chime in though, Sparky, and say I apologize. My wooing was not the fact that Jim wasn't here. It was the fact that you're in charge, which means...
I mean,
game's on.
Yeah. It means keep your head in the game because I might not have control, just like Jim does. But, you know, I thought, right, because Jim always gets an opportunity to get a dig in at me in the introduction about my height. I thought, well, you know, in his absence, we should celebrate Jim for what we really know him to be. And that is a joke thief. So I thought I would introduce the panel in the comedian they're most likely to steal jokes from, as Jim stole all the jokes from Gary Delaney, right? If you listen to all our previous episodes, you know about that.
No, Gary Delaney stole Jim's jokes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right. But Jim, yeah, okay. Well, either way, right? Don't go with it, guys, because I've done the intros. Okay, let me just quickly flip it. No one will notice. Like, the comedian most likely to steal jokes from Jack would be... Here you go, here's your introduction.
Okay.
It would, of course, be Jimmy Carr, because not only is he dry, he's very witty. And if you have listened to some previous episodes of our podcast, Jack does have a very Jimmy Carr laugh sometimes.
Do you think?
Really?
I've never heard that.
Okay, well, the thing is, it's because Jimmy Carr doesn't want to get done like Gary Delaney for copying Jimmy. He's sort of like adapted your laugh a bit.
Right, okay, yeah.
Go with it, right? Go with it. But, I mean,
I do sometimes have a high-pitched laugh, you know, if you guys are really funny.
Yeah, very rarely.
That's not very often. But so you're the Jimmy Carr of the podcast. That's supposed to be a compliment to you, Jack.
Okay.
Jimmy Carr.
Right,
Connor agrees. I mean, similar
Jimmy
haircut
Carr,
as well.
I was going to say Jimmy Carr before he had his hair plugs, yeah.
Oh, and that's a very good point by Dark Knight. Jack is the one most likely to do tax evasion, so you're absolutely right. Alleged tax evasion. Big fan of Jimmy Carr. You do what you've got to do, mate. You got to do whatever you got to do.
Tell everyone.
Right, okay. All right, and Brad, well, time for your introduction, mate. Now, the comedian who is most likely to base their act upon you would be Roy Chubby Brown. Edgy, sometimes known to be a bit vulgar, and there's a good chance you're going to be offended by the time he's finished what he's saying, just kind of like you, mate. So,
no clue who he is, but I like how you've described it.
Brad, you're obviously much more handsome than Roy Chubby Brown. When you do look at him, you'll think, what the hell is Sparky going on about? Have a quick Google, mate. But yeah.
You're looking now.
Let's just hold on. I mean...
Oh, Christ.
You're much more handsome than him, but you are equally as offensive as each other. So
there was the epitome of what an English person looks like. I think it's him. I mean, to be fair, his teeth are straight and fine, which kind of throws me off a little bit, but like just the face.
Well, Brad, I was going to say that, or I could have gone Jim Davison, but I thought, I wouldn't really say he's a comedian, so it's actually a compliment to you. His whole act's offensive.
What I love is that last week, someone on the Loose Dads podcast Facebook group photoshopped Chris Hemsworth's face onto Brad. He said he had a bit of the Thor look about him. This week we're bringing him back down to earth.
Yeah, that's it.
Going,
Back down.
Roy Chubby Brown, more like Roy Chubby Brown, aren't you?
I mean, what an advert though for your Edinburgh Festival Fringe. The face of Chris Hemsworth and the comedy of Roy Chubby Brown. I'd watch it. I mean, I'd watch it. And me, well, I literally do base like 99% of my act on my comedy hero Eddie Murphy. I wish I looked as good in a two-piece leather suit as he did in the delirious stand-up comedy, which is still one of my favourite stand-ups of all time.
I wish I was good in a fat suit as he does.
He just looks magnificent. It's Sherman.
Is that the one where he does the whole joke about his mom having a slipper where she could just fling it at anywhere in the house when he's misbehaving?
The parent skill we all want now. Now we're fully grown up, Brad, for sure. Connor, bit rude, saying, "Hold on, isn't Eddie Murphy tall?" Come on, mate.
Hey, listen, he's no Denzel Washington. That gent's 6'5" like I am, I believe.
There you go. Well, Connor, going to just say, just because Jim's not here, you don't make up for the jokes about my height, please. I'm not in for that. I've got a night off.
Make up for the shortfall.
Here we go. Anyway, hi to Daniel from Switzerland. Nice to have you on with us this evening.
You can say tell what I was going to say.
It's autopilot. Right, should we play a game then?
Wait, hold on. Who's Jim?
Who's Jim?
Jim,
of course. Jim will be back with better intros next week. Sorry, I did write this bit here. He's just using these 2 weeks he's had off to follow Gary Delaney around and sing his best stuff for next week's episode.
There we go.
Right, let's play a game. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's game time!
Now, in an attempt to try and keep this show on the road like Jim does, we're doing the game. I mean, he does though, right? Yeah, lads.
I think we let him. We let him have the illusion that he keeps it on track.
Yeah. He fools everyone.
Yeah.
He takes the parent angle.
Yes.
On this podcast, he's the one that's like, okay, bedtime now, guys.
Yeah. But who's in charge in your house? Is it the parent or is it Jackson?
We know. We all know.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, which leads us nicely on to a brilliant game of Would You Rather. We've been doing this for the last few weeks. And guys, as you know, whenever I prep for the podcast, I always get the help of my beautiful fiance, SJ. So you've got her to thank for some of these Would You Rathers whilst we're having the brainstorm whilst cooking dinner earlier. So are you ready for your first one?
Yeah.
Okay, right. And feel free, if you are commenting along live, to join in. We'd love to hear your answers on this. So your first Would You Rather tonight is, would you rather be stuck in the bottle stroke breastfeeding phase or the potty training phase forever? Which one? Which one would you take?
It feels like I've been in the potty training phase forever. Even at 3 and 4, my kids are well out of nappies. Yet still there's miraculous puddles of piss just lurking, Did I tell you? I told you the other week Jake pissed in a bin.
What?
No.
Oh. So, whilst you're on your COVID call, I remember in lockdown the story where you just shat on the lounge floor.
Yeah, that happened.
So why is he peeing in bins now? What is this, your lounge?
I don't know.
Bin?
Don't know. I went to put something in the bathroom bin. There was water in it. And I thought, the kids have been filling up the bin with water, as you do. I emptied it in the loo. Oh, that's piss. I said, who pissed in the bin? Jake went, me.
He just owned it.
I said, why? He said, I wanted to.
Say next time, can you pour it into the toilet, please, or whatever, like that.
Oh, summer holidays is real long, isn't it?
Love it.
Oh man.
I would probably say I'd go with the bottle stage, man. Well, first because we were bottle fed. There was no breastfeeding this side, but Because at least at that point, like when you're really getting tired of them, you could just sneak a tot or two of whiskey in there, you know? And be like, it's a time for a little timeout, Jimmy.
Roy Chubby Brown.
You see what I mean? It's come true to it. But Connor said, bottle is so much easier than potty training. Like, we haven't really fully started potty training yet. But when we were thinking about this question, we were just chatting about it in the kitchen. It was like the bottle. We were bottle too, Brad, and it's like carrying all that stuff around is long, isn't it? Like the sterilizers and all the bottles, and then like you got to wash it. Like it just feels like, scoops. Although, have you seen the new tabs that they do instead of the scoops, so you don't have to scoop them out anymore?
No, but like liquid tabs.
No, they're not good for kids, as we know, Jack. But yeah, they've moved on already since Jackson's been born. But yeah, like all of that nonsense. I mean, I haven't properly started potty training with Jackson yet, so I don't know what I'm really in for. Maybe I was hoping for a bit of sly advice in there as well. But yours are still peeing in bins, Jack. I mean, it's going to be a long slog, right?
Yeah, just it might never end, you know.
I mean, to be fair, though, they have probably witnessed Jack coming home slightly intoxicated from a night out, right? And instead of squatting on the toilet backwards, he decided, hey, the bin's there. If I just push it down, the lid will probably flip open and I'll just pee in there.
Mate, my eldest is 4.5. I could probably count on one hand the amount of nights out I've had where I've come home drunk and not been the designated driver.
I mean, you all do have some weird peeing habits in your house, though. Does Danny do anything weird when she goes? Like, I mean, no.
Danny does this incredible trick where she does a handstand and then.
Hey, I'm not sure she'd want you to tell that on the podcast.
I don't think she's watching live tonight.
Oh my God, Dark Knight. Then I'm assuming for you, you'd rather be stuck in the potty training phase because we had to prep 32 bottles for the day. We had twins. You found it therapeutic.
Well, I suppose it could be, right? It's like sometimes when you're doing something so repetitively, it allows your brain to just disconnect and you don't have to think. It's like you go into like a muscle memory mode where your body's just doing the action.
It's like Albert Einstein used to chew gum. No. I've confused two different things.
Right.
I'm interested by this. Let's just go with Albert Einstein chews gum. All right, yeah.
Okay.
Albert Einstein worked in the patents office or something, didn't he? He worked a job that was like well below him intellectually because that took up sort of like just everyday function of his brain so that bit was taken up and then he could focus while he was working. He could focus on his bigger ideas. And the same principle goes with chewing gum.
The secret Einstein.
Yes, exactly. The same thing goes with chewing gum. It can help you concentrate on a task if you're chewing gum because that takes up the
stupid side of your brain.
It takes up the stupid side of your brain. Yeah.
Some of you meant to
Albert Einstein didn't chew chewing gum.
Okay.
As far as I know.
Okay, well, I'm glad you've cleared that up.
Before we have Gary Delaney's lawyers and Albert Einstein's lawyers on the phone tonight.
This is the most libelous podcast on the internet. I feel like we should put that out there.
And we've done some libel.
Yeah, okay. Also, just like to apologise, clear things up. Jimmy Carr, I feel like all your finances are above board. Like, just anything that might have slipped out earlier. This is a live broadcast. You know how it works, mate.
I mean, but if you think about it, Jack, that's where that famous quote, E equals MC Habba Baba.
Damn, I'm so annoyed my iPad isn't working tonight because it's got that little badumts.
Which you saved to the very end of the last episode we did together to blast. Right, okay, so what's the consensus then? So what was the actual answer? Did you actually give an answer?
Jack did, yeah. He said
nothing
because he sidelined it.
I said nothing, but I don't want to get too like we're starting the podcast on a positive note. But when my youngest was breastfed, I didn't have a connection with him because my eldest was bottle fed. So I had loads of involvement there. Then my youngest was breastfed and I had zero involvement, and that disconnection led to me having postnatal depression. Okay. So I could be stuck in the potty training stage.
Okay, Jack, I'm glad you can laugh about that now.
I've had no post-poop depression.
Oh, okay. But I mean, yeah, there's enough poop around your house, by the way, that to probably affect your mental health slightly, though, right?
Yes, yeah.
We can agree on that. Brad, what are you going for? Are you breastfeeding, bottle feeding, or are you potty training forever?
Bottle, dude. I hit it there with you slip in a bit of alcohol, take them out for a few hours. Boom, done.
Roy Chubby's
Done,
man,
sir.
ladies and gentlemen.
Okay,
Okay, right. Next, would you rather?
Yeah.
Next, would you rather? Feel free to answer. Okay, would you rather 100 hours of Peppa Pig or spend 100 hours in soft play?
Okay, can we come back to that one? Because your mum's on again, Sparky.
Oh, mum's on. Hello, mum.
Hello, Wendy.
That's my brother John. He peed in the wardrobe of the cabin beds that me and him had. So okay, so
Yeah.
And this when this was only like 2 weeks ago?
yeah, he's out of control, my brother. He's 3 years older than me, still pissing in wardrobes. Hi, mum.
Okay.
Great to have you on. Yeah, so okay, 100 hours of Peppa Pig or 100 hours of soft play.
Peppa Pig. Because you learn the lines, you get to practice the voices. And then when the kids want stories at bedtime, you can just recite it.
All right, give us your best Daddy Pig then, right now.
Hold on,
Here we go.
I can't even think. I can't picture his voice now.
He's a bit Borisy. He reminds me of Boris Johnson.
Yes, he is.
Daddy Pig.
No.
I'm a bit of an expert,
There he is. There he is. Do you know what? I really Mrs. Bunny is so sarcastic on
Oh God.
on Peppa Pig, like Mrs. Bunny or whatever she's called, but the one who does every job in the whole episode. Like, if there's a store, or she drives the train, she does everything. But she's so sarky to Grandad Pig. It gets my back up when I'm watching it. To be fair. Okay, Dark Knight's come with 100 hours of soft play, no contest.
No. I have to disagree. I mean, have you guys ever been at soft play where you just want to toe punt another kid who's kind of being a little bit bullish towards yours? And
That's exactly.
they're being a prick, and you can see their prick parents just sitting there going, look at your kid's being a dickhead, sort him out. And then they think that's not I could not, dude. I would end up being incarcerated if I had to spend 100 hours.
I feel you, because last week we were at soft play. Exactly that happened, right? And it's like Jackson's still quite little, and he's still like exploring things. And there's like this 7-year-old, real boisterous little brat, like running around, kicking the thing so hard that if he like kicked Jackson that hard, he'd really hurt him, right? And his dad is just sat over like on his laptop, not even looking at anything that's going on in the soft play, not even looking at his. And when you start talking loud, like, where's your parent? Okay, yeah, you're being a bit. Yeah, maybe you need to fuck off a bit. Right? You can't say that to a 7-year-old, but that's how you feel, right? And the dad just doesn't even look up from his laptop. It annoyed the hell out of me.
Yeah.
No, it's whenever we're in situations like that, it's Danny I have to watch out for. I can see her looking out the corner of her eye, trying not to show that she's gone all mama bear, and then she will go, excuse me, I think my child had that first.
It is though, like, because there's always that over top boisterous kid. So I mean, I feel like at least your kid's safe and you can lie on your own sofa whilst Peppa Pig.
I thought you meant Danny.
Well, I mean,
over the top boisterous.
I've met Danny. I don't want to mess with Danny. I know that for sure. Okay, that's a bit rude. That's just come in now. I wonder if Sparky's ever been mistaken for a 38-year-old. Nearly last week. If I'd gone and had a word with that dad, which my brain was telling me to do, yeah, I might have been getting slung out. But yeah, over 5 in the under 5 area. Paul Williams, you know exactly that. And they just let them carry on, and there's tiny little infants in the or mums who are just so protecting their little babies in there, whilst there's like a kid doing stone cold stunners all over the place, and like swanton bombing like Jeff Hardy off the top of the 5-year-old area, and you're like, what are you doing? There's a big bit up there for you to go and break your neck on. Can you go over there, please?
Oh, this is Danny. Mama Bear.
Yes, Danny.
Says, damn right. Damn right.
But that is like, so soft play then, it comes with a number of like problems. If they do good coffee though, I mean, I'd stay at soft play a little bit longer.
I couldn't. I honestly couldn't. I'll take Peppa Pig. Once again, it's that whole thing of your brain just goes into autonomous mode. Like I couldn't. Mm-mm,
No,
mm-mm,
and
no.
okay. What about when your kids drag you onto soft play to play with them though? Like, and it's so hot, and you've got to crawl
Yep.
to the top of this like giant thing which you can barely
Oh,
fit through.
and then they refuse to go down the slide. And it's just you blocking a slide at the top.
So-
Yeah, I've done that. I actually I just chucked Harry down one once because we got to the top of it. He was 2, and he wouldn't go down it. He just wouldn't go down it. And there was a queue of people behind me. I've got vertigo, and it was like right at the top of this warehouse. I'm also a bit claustrophobic, and it was hot and sweaty, and we're in this tiny little tunnel, and he's refusing to go down the slide. And I can hear Danny going, "I don't think he'll like it, Jack. I don't think he'll like it. Right, get down there." I hear him go all the way down, and then at the bottom.
Oh, I know,
Not
but
great
it cured
parenting.
your anxiety, and that's what's important there, Jack. It made you feel better about the blockage that was happening at the soft play. Okay, all right. I think we've got the consensus. So we're all staying in and watching Peppa Pig, right? Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Well, yeah, but everyone in live chat's saying soft play, so.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Look, here's another one then. Okay. Would you rather your kid always be well behaved to you, but naughty for babysitters and at school, or be perfectly behaved for others, but like naughty for you all the time? Because they're repping you. When they're away from you, they're representing you. So you don't want to be judged through their
So-
behavior away from you.
So I've got the thing where they're perfect for other people, but not for me. Like they'll go to their grandparents and be, every time they come back from their grandparents, they're as good as gold. How were they today? Are they good as gold?
Yeah.
But when I've got them at home, they physically steal money.
When they're away, when they're away, they're good as gold. When they're at home, they're good as sold. That's my way.
Nice, nice.
As good as
Nice.
sold to the best
Nice,
offer.
except for they're trying to fund their own purchase by
They steal your
nicking
money.
my petty cash.
They've nicked cash off you. What you have
Yeah,
really got the
we-
Krays of Norfolk as your children. Jack.
Me and Danny we thought we'd put a few little bits up on Facebook Marketplace, and we were like, oh, we'll just have it as like this, little summer fund, little petty cash fund. So we started selling the odd thing for a £5, £10 here, and we put it in this jar in the kitchen. Or somewhere else if you're a robber. So we put this money in the biscuit tin, and I went out there the other day. All the money is gone. The jar is empty on the side. I asked the kids where it's gone. They've put it in their piggy banks in their rooms.
Wow.
They've literally gone in, stolen. They don't even know the value of money, and they've stolen my money for
Man,
themselves.
they're out of control, kids. Like, it's mad how much they pick up there. They understand that money has got a value. Like, Jackson picked up a £1 coin off my bedroom side the other day, and he just went, shop, buy cars. Like, he's like, straight away, like, he understands that that is an exchange for cars. Go and get me some cars. It's like, man, how, like, I think it's YouTube, guys. We've got to not let him on YouTube because it's secretly training him to steal their parents' money. Like, that's what's happening. It's subliminal. It's happening behind them bouncing fruits. That's what's going on there, guys.
Yeah. I will back you up on that one.
Okay, Brad, what about, you've got older kids though? Like, I mean, what are they like with money?
Useless with money. I mean, we kind of we keep saying, well, if you want to buy things, if you want to get some toys, or if you want to get, I mean, they're all about Roblox at the minute.
Yeah.
Can't. Anyway, so they want to earn money to buy Robux. And I'm like, well, you got to do chores. You want money, you're going to have to work for it. I'm not just going to give you money for this tripe, because I think it's an absolute waste of money. And do you know how well the chores are going? They haven't even started.
But
They
still
go-
want the money.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I joked with Logan the other day. I said, well, just when he turned 11, I went, whoa, another few years, buddy, and you can go out there and start working. No. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, they understand what money's about. They understand, sometimes they understand the value of things, but it's very, very, they're still too young to really fully understand it or comprehend it. So yeah.
Oh man. Okay. Right. So on that one then. So Jack, you've got. They're always behave for everybody else, but naughty for you because they're still pissing in your bathroom bin. So.
and nicking my money. Yeah.
And nicking your money. You really do have the Krays of Norfolk. That's the best nickname anyone's ever given you kids. And Al has come in for a great point on the comments. Just put that one up on the screen so everyone can just see that one, Jack. I had noticed until this point, but. You do. You're rocking the devil look today with them two well-placed guitars behind you, my man.
So I think if I'm like that.
Now you look like a bunny.
It looks
rabbit.
Looks more
like a bunny.
interesting.
Oh, right,
Yeah. That's
like
far
that.
more interesting.
Okay.
That's a visual point for anyone on the podcast. If you're audio only, you're missing out on the live shows.
Yeah,
it's all about the live streams, and you can follow us along. By the way, if you don't already, here's a nice little segue into this, Jack. Follow us on Loose Dads Podcast. Find us on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook. Drop us a little message. Get involved. Connor, Dark Knight, they all do. Paul gets involved. Great to see you on the page.
So does Wendy.
So does my mum, and ever supportive. Love you, mum. Thank you. Right, we've got through that. We've got through the game. Should we do some news then?
Yeah. You got to do a break first.
Yeah.
You got to do a break so that when I upload the episode, there's somewhere for me to put a place marker for adverts.
And also, before we do this, Connor's just said something that reminded me. So, Jack, I know you find it hard that your boys steal from you, but how do you think Jackson feels when his dad steals from him? Anyway, let's go to a break.
Oh! This is Loose Dads, a podcast with honest dads talking about honest subjects, even borrowing a bit of money out their kids' birthday cards. We've all done. Let's not get into that again.
Not all of us.
Yeah, Jim's off this week, which means I'm somehow trying to steer this ship towards the news. That's what we do at this point on the podcast every week. But as I said, you can follow us on our Facebook and Instagram page. Just search Loose Dads, get involved. Give us a chat. We're there for parenting advice, just to have a laugh. And Connor, I very much like all the Crocs pictures that you send because we are a Crocs support unit as well. Right.
Can I, just before we get to the news, put out a last-minute call for tickets for the Dadsnet campout on the 10th of September near Boston in Lincolnshire are still available. And if you head to dadsnet.com, you will be able to find your way to get some tickets. So I can't remember the price. That's bad, isn't it? I've organised it.
Okay.
Can't remember the price. But for that nominal sum, there'll be axe throwing, beer tasting, football, music. I've got 3 guitars over there that I've got a restring ready for the event. There's camping, pizza. There's going to be a breakfast van there in the morning. Someone's going to lead a walk, not me, because that sounds awful. But I'm not going for the walk, but there'll be plenty of dads who are. And it is dads only. So, a night away from the family and the kids, which after the summer holidays will probably be quite welcome. Dadsnet.com, go grab your tickets now. I'll be there, and that'll be fun.
I'm a little bit gutted that you.
I hadn't scripted it.
You broke.
You couldn't tell, Jack.
Yeah, it was
so
seamless.
It was so natural. Yeah, I'm a little bit gutted that you broke character, though, dude. I was hoping you were going to do the whole thing in that voice.
Maybe if I had scripted it, I could have done the whole thing in my old school radio voice.
Okay, well, clearly tonight, guys, it's not just loose dads, it's looser dads, because without Jim, this ship's going all over the place. Should we really try and bring it back and do some news now?
Okay.
Let's do it.
So at this point of the podcast, we like to take a little look in the news and see how it's affecting parents or just affecting us in the world we live in at this moment in time. And wow, we thought we'd had all the news that we could have for this person, and then he releases a statement today, which we didn't need, nor do we want. Boris Johnson, soon to be former Prime Minister of this country, has said he won't rule out a political comeback, which means we may not have seen the end of Boris. I know. When you have a turd and it won't flush. I mean, that's the sort of vision I'm getting. That's like, put some toilet paper on it, flush. No, it's still not gone. No, it's still here. Oh, it's gone on holiday twice now. Oh, yeah, okay, great. It's we're still in absolute ruin.
It's like Trump. We'll just keep coming back saying, I will run for president again. I will. But what if you're in prison? I will run for president again. I will.
Then I can pardon myself.
But what I did think we could do this, though, is let's actually flip it onto a positive, because no one really wants to talk about him. Next week, he's old week's news. So let's do, what should definitely make a comeback way before Boris does?
Got one.
You've got one. I mean, I've come with one. Go on.
It never went away, did it? Like, I'm going to put that out there. It never went away, but it definitely hasn't been in the mainstream for a while. You know, I've not seen it in any teen comedy movies or anything. Ska music.
Ska music.
Ska music needs to make a comeback, and I will die on that hill. It is upbeat. It is joyful. It is full of trumpets. It's hard to be sad when a trumpet's playing. Unless it's playing.
Unless it's.
Yeah.
That's quite a good trumpet, to be fair, Brad. I'll give you that. I mean, Real Big Fish. They're ska, aren't they? Real Big Fish.
Yeah,
I like them. I mean, yeah, there is, but there's always that mad uncle that wears big shoes that always wants ska on at like a wedding or something.
I am that uncle.
You're that mad uncle. Oh, got any ska? Go on. It's always that. It's always that mad uncle. But I mean, it's a vibe in the right place, Jack. I'll give you that. And still, I'd rather have it back than Boris. So yeah, we'll put Scar on the list.
There we go. It's a list of things that aren't as bad as Boris.
Scar's going down, right? For that reason, and not just that reason only. It can be a vibe. Brad, have you got one that you'd like to? What would you like to bring back?
I would love to, just for a little bit of nostalgia, is that when your router dies, I want it to do the dial-up sound.
Yeah, okay.
Just because it felt like there was a connect, like something was happening, that you were connecting to the world. Things are so silent now that you're like, oh, my Wi-Fi's gone down. Oh, my laptop's connected. Boom, we're back on. But at least you get that thrill of that.
Yeah. There's a bit of theatre to it. We've lost the theatre.
Yeah.
In a similar way, bring back floppy disks.
Like, what, the 3.5-inch kind? Them ones.
If you're loading up something, a bit of software or something, it's boring, isn't it? Downloading it, hitting the download, and then it just loads. Where's the theatre? Where's the drama? I want to unpack a box of 27 floppy disks. With Photoshop on them.
That's the
just one at a time. But even if you make them like, normal size for nowadays, essentially like great big USB sticks.
That's basically what they are, right? I mean, feel free to, in the comments, anything you'd like to make a comeback long before Boris makes a political comeback. Can I add to this? And it is making a comeback. BBC actually officially said, "Oh, that's a great shout, Dark Knight." By the way, CD 100%. Collection. That when you could that's how you could tell if someone was going to be your friend or not. When they're like,
when you
want to put a CD on, they handed you the big. Oh, what? And it's all like a few burnt copies in there as well. Totally legal.
With some scribble all over it, with some like someone's trying to get creative with this and create their own artwork.
Or just the random compilation CDs where someone had just gone, I've downloaded these 17 songs and I'm going to put them on a CD. And then you're going,
Backstreet Boys, Slipknot.
yeah, you're going, I like that one song. Let's put the CD on for that
Avril
one
Lavigne.
song. Yeah.
Man, that's a great shout.
You know-
But one. Go on.
I was going to say, just talking about like CDs, the thing I miss the most about actually buying CDs is I used to read the inlet cover, the booklet from cover to cover. I would know who was the producer of that album, who was the sound mixer, like, and then you'd read their thanks, and you'd be, oh, this person thanked that guy, and he's from that band. Way, I mean, it was useless, and that's how I would learn
And you'd learn all
lyrics.
the lyrics.
And Brad,
you go.
Brad, definitely you thought you were better than all your other mates because they don't read the cover, but I actually read the pamphlet, and so like you feel like
And
I'm
then,
a real
and then
muso man. Like
the song would come on and you'd know it inside out. The song would come on and everyone's like, oh, is that Butterfly?
Crazy Town.
Crazy Town Butterfly. And I go, oh, is it? Such a sexy, pretty little thing. This nipple piece, you got me sprung with your tongue ring, and I ain't gonna lie, because you haven't kissed me high, so to keep you by my side,
there's nothing that I won't try. Side note,
Tune.
do you know who they sampled for that track?
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Pretty Little Ditty.
Thank you, mate. Read
Other
the pamphlet.
Peppers.
Read the booklet. Great shout from Dark Knight. He says video game manual should come back. We've had drive-in theatres.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I'm in for both of those. But like, I'll just get into it. Confirmed by the BBC, one of the best things about my childhood is coming back for sure. And before Boris, Gladiators is making a return to TV.
Oh, yeah.
BBC have signed it, and just that was everything about Saturday night for me. Like me and my little stepbrother, we'd like have our microchips. We'd settle down after a bit of blind date, or what is it?
Have a
Blind
piss
date?
in the wardrobe.
Piss in the wardrobe. And then we'd whack Gladiators on, and just like the best bad guy Wolf for no reason. We got the
Travelator was a beast.
The Travelator, like I still run up my stairs in the house sometimes when I'm like, Sparky pumps the Travelator, like he's doing it like to create the own drama. It's like Gladiator.
I do that at Tesco. I do that. You should try it, dude. If you ever go to like a shop that has those sort of diagonal, what do you call them? Travelators, aren't they? They called those.
Travelators, yeah.
But the one that's going down and you want to go up, just run up that, dude. You'll be doing it.
Just pretend I'm Eunice Huthart or whatever her name was, the greatest ever contender ever. But mate, I loved Gladiators. I would have given anything as a kid to have actually had a go on that eliminator. Then that long zip line, splash down, come on, like that's the one. That's the one. But yeah, so that's another thing. We'll add that to the list. Any more guys?
No, I'm enjoying in the chat. Everyone saying hello to your mum.
Yeah,
Sparky. got Roman saying hello, and
she's got to
your mum
say,
saying hello, Roman.
One of those supportive mums.
Hello.
Is always there. Thank you, mum. It's great. I love having her
Well,
on board.
Normally she's off after 10 minutes, but she's stuck around.
Hey, she's stuck in. Hey, Dark Knight. What a shout. Generation game. That is another belter on a Saturday night. Cuddly toy on the conveyor belt, guys. Brad, no? Have you not?
Nah.
Did you miss that one?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It was like literally a game where, there'd be like, I don't know, some military band drummers doing a like solo, and then they'd get, Brad and Shay, who were the couple this week, on, and then it'd be like, Brad, here you go, here's the drumsticks. You've got to join in and make it perfect and do the perfect, you just copy. Challenges every week for you to copy, and then you won. Like it was cracking TV as well.
Oh, it was good.
Did you guys ever have? And I think it was an actual UK show, but I used to love it as a kid. Cybernet. Did you ever get it? It was like a weekly show where they would review the best and upcoming PC, PlayStation games for the week, and it would just be like an absolute geek fest. No,
I don't remember it. I mean, it's
Cybernet.
Sounds like where Terminator works for, isn't it?
Yeah.
It might not have been called Cybernet. Could be sucking that out of thin air, but I'm pretty sure it was.
Okay, we've enjoyed this reminiscing moment. Any of you boys got any other news stories that you want to add this week?
Yeah, I got a news story.
Go on.
Oh, you want it? Okay.
Oh, yeah,
right.
That was the cue. Right. Normally you just sorry, Jack. I do it like Jim. Jack, have you got a news story for us?
I do. And this one I feel might be relevant to Sparky as his impending nuptials get closer. Okay. I saw you went on your work stag do recently, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yes, I did. When Bongos
Yeah.
Bingo, guys, if you've not done it, it's amazing. Give that a crack.
I have not done it, but looking like an idiot like you did, I'm glad I didn't. So you dressed up in your little pilot outfit.
Please, on the night, I only let people refer to me as the captain. It's the best night I've ever had. Sorry, the captain will have a rum and coke, please. The captain will have another beer. Like that's how I talk to people. What a knob! I know.
Now, are you having a stag do where it's not your work lot and it's like people who are going to rinse you? Instead?
Yeah, I'm under threat. It's happening this weekend, actually.
Okay,
Yes,
cool,
this
cool.
weekend, and I've been told like you're going to hate it. That's
Oh, perfect.
So,
well, I can't
you
wait
wanna-
to see pictures of that. So, okay, well, here's a bit of a warning then for your stag do. There's a bloke who was forced to go on a stag do by himself after 18 of his mates got stranded in the UK.
Oh, no.
So he was the only one flying out from Bristol. The rest of his mates were flying out from Luton. They were going to Lisbon for a week, I think, stag do. And the Luton return flight got cancelled and there was no flight to put them onto. So they all said, "Oh well, we'll have to cancel." Meanwhile, this guy is already in the air.
Oh,
He lands for these messages. And he's saying, "Please don't cancel the hotel. I'm here."
Oh no!
So he's just decided to embrace it, and he's going on this stag do. It's not even his stag do.
And he's just like, Ray! He's
It's
going axe throwing on his own. He's doing all like paintballing on his own.
So the itinerary. Let me see if I can find it. He said,
just a quick question: was this the same airline that Al tends to have really bad luck with? Okay.
Yeah, not so easy. Not so easy.
Wow.
He said, "So tomorrow I've got a fun-filled day. I've got a boat party for one, all you can drink. then a pub crawl, a bar crawl in the evening for one, all you can drink."
Wow.
And true to his word, he, like everyone on TikTok, wanted to see him go on this stag do and go on all these things. So he's posted videos from the all you can drink boat.
What a legend!
Boat trip.
Like, that's what you got to do.
Just
You've got
him.
to embrace it. Like, you've got to embrace it. That's awesome. I mean, I really hope that doesn't happen this weekend. Also, guys, I'm partying without you if it does. So, soz.
Oh yeah, I kind of just said I wonder if he has the stag shirt with him. I hope he does, like, because just think you would look so much more of a twat wearing a stag do t-shirt
by yourself. Yes.
What a guy.
I think, has it been since we last spoke? I went on my stepdad's stag do, and that's where this t-shirt that I'm wearing now has come from, right? But my stepdad is older, obviously. He works for a financial management company who sponsor a golf course. And so his stag do was playing golf at the golf course that he sponsors. And so we couldn't do anything embarrassing because all these people are his clients.
So
these are our stag do t-shirts. They've got this really lovely embroidered crest on them.
Really smart. That's what I was going to say. It's a nice tee.
They've got his company logo there and then just stag do. On the arm, tiny,
You got
in
to
little
follow club
gold
rules,
embroidered. Yeah,
no
that's it.
mankinis on the green. Like, I'm sure that's one of the rules. So, oh man,
Hilarious. So I hope yours is better than the Lisbon stag do, and I hope it is wilder than my stepdad's stag do.
Well, Wendy's chirped in. She wouldn't be going on the golfing stag do. Look what she's just come in.
All right, Wendy.
Right, no women anyway, Wendy. So it's fine, Mum. It's fine.
That's what we told him, eh? No women.
Right, okay, Brad. Have you got a news story for us this evening?
I sure do, buddy. I sure do. So, you guys obviously know about all of these stupid TikTok trends. And I think probably Jack knows more so now because he's the
trying to do them all, yeah.
Fun TikTok trends, yeah.
So, have you guys ever heard of something called vabbing?
No.
Vabbing. No, I did. I
out
saw
of the
a warning news story about it and then didn't click because I
Yeah.
thought I do.
Yeah.
What is vabbing? What? Go on, Brad. I'm sure you're going to
So
me.
the latest TikTok trend called vabbing is basically where a woman would not apply a fragrance to herself, like cologne or anything. She would rather go and take her vaginal secretion and rub it on her skin and on her neck, because apparently that is more effective than
Smells more like pussy. Smells more like pussy.
I mean,
Like,
you want to attract a man,
I
but Brad, my mum's listening, so could you just
So,
explain
yeah,
a little bit more
oh.
clarity for my mum?
horrendous. Apologies, Wendy, for my language. Just so.
She's grosser than you lot. She'll be laughing her head off. Like,
It's not even a word I use that often. So
really?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what people.
and yeah. So it's and there are a couple of users going out saying, "Oh my god, it works! It works so much. I did it, and I went to the pub, and 2 men bought me drinks." And it's probably because they might have been dressed provocatively, and they might be very attractive individuals who probably get drinks bought for them all the time. But anyway, and yeah. So doctors are urging people not to do this because it can mess with the pH balance of a woman's vagina and cause infections.
wait, how's it messing with the pH balance?
Yeah,
if
surely
they
it's like-
take
like all-
something
like-
from the vagina and put it up.
It's
Because of all the
Scraping-
bacteria and stuff on your hands when you'd have to go around fishing to get.
Right, okay, but I
You
think
picked a better
fingers
word
in
there,
vagina.
Brad.
Yeah,
Like, come on.
Yeah,
I
no,
think
but
fingers in
excessive.
vaginas. They've got a bigger campaign to fight there.
Yeah. Oh, Sparky's obviously embarrassed. Yeah. No. I get that, but when it's excessive, when you're excessively,
yeah, when you're excessive.
Secreting.
Yeah.
touching your oily face, and then going to get your pheromone juice.
Like, who comes up with
yeah.
these ideas? Like, that must
I
have been
don't
an
know,
accident.
dude.
Someone was scratching their fanny, wiped it on their neck by mistake, and realised that people were
Oh, that's
crowded
nice.
around them. Like, yeah, like you can't have gone. I tell you what, guys, I'm looking for a new cologne.
Oh well, I
Like,
mean,
no.
I'll tell you this anecdote, and my parents never listened. But when they were younger, my dad convinced my mom that by rubbing semen on your face, it's better than cream.
I'll be borrowing that off your old man, who sounds like an absolute legend. Brad. I feel like this is a place of learning, the Loose Dads podcast, and we've all been educated by your fine father, Bradley.
Yeah, that's
Right.
it. That's what I'm here for. But anyway, yeah, that's my story. It's just it's a bit
We done
weird.
with the vag chat? Should
Yeah.
we move it on?
Or should we keep it on there? See how much more awkward of this we can make it for you, dude? Because
What we should have done is put it as the title of the live stream. I bet we'd have got like a 100
Instead of
more
would you
live
rather,
listeners.
you're doing what with your vaginal secretions? That's
Well,
what
yeah.
it's like.
If I'd have known, could you send me these? Could you send me these headlines ahead of time, please?
yeah, fair enough.
clickbait. Right, okay. Should we try and give some advice? And I feel like the first bit of advice we've already given on tonight's episode is don't do that. And what we learned, second bit, what we just learned from Brad's dad. And let's try and put together some actual sensible advice next on Loose Dads. This is Loose Dads, a podcast where anything can happen, really, as we found tonight. This is Loose Badges, the Loose Badge podcast, as Dark Knight has now renamed it. But no,
I'm not going with that.
I'm not sure Al is going to want that on the Dadsnet network. But yeah, it's me, Sparky, it's Brad, it's Jack. Thanks for joining us. Look, this is the point of the show where we actually try and do something sensible, give out some advice to some questions that have been on the Dadsnet forums, which are available for you if you're a parent and you're finding it difficult. It's actually a really good place to go and actually get some support from fellow dads and actually usually get some nods of approval, like, yeah, I've been through that too, mate, and this is what I did. It's actually really useful if you're a new parent or you've got 6 kids and you're just going out of your mind. Look, it's all there for you. Just search the Dadsnet and give it a follow. Get involved. And these are some questions which we've got taken from there tonight. So, you ready for your first bit of advice, guys?
Yeah.
Or
After
to
this.
give out some.
The big question of the week.
The big question of the week.
Oh yeah. This bit's called the big question of the week, by the way. Jim would normally say that when he's normally
Jim would never forget.
Jim wouldn't. So
He's like, no.
okay. So here's your advice, guys, tonight, or the big question of the week is, how do you get your teenage boys to get motivated about anything? Mine is age 13. All he wants to do is watch Netflix, edit anime videos, and play with his hair. I'm worried he isn't going to have any drive or do well at school. Please
Well,
help.
Jack's
Any
out.
tips? Can't offer any hairstyles up.
Wait, he wants to edit anime videos
Yeah, I'm
in
intrigued
his
by
spare
that.
time. Like that's a career.
Yeah.
Don't dissuade
Okay.
that.
Well, maybe his dad's
This
not
is like
seen that
anime
then.
porn or something. Then
Oh, hentai. Yeah, he's going for some hardcore hentai.
What's that? What's that, Brad?
Going to Google right now.
No.
hold on, Brad, do a screen share.
So right, yeah, no, okay, that's actually a really good point that you picked up there, mate. Like saying that, if he's editing anime videos, then that's something that could be a future career.
I think there's you've got to be a bit open with this stuff because we don't know what jobs are out there, what careers are out there.
Yeah.
Like, who'd have thought when we were growing up or when I was growing up? Because I'm obviously so much younger than you guys. But who'd have thought that playing video games,
Could be a
like if
career.
you'd have turned around then and said that would be a career, like, that'll earn you 6-7 figures, everyone would have laughed at you,
Mm. Mm.
But the way the world has gone and the way entertainment has gone, that has become suddenly a viable career. Would you call it a viable career? It's become a
Yeah.
career. So I don't know. Look into some of that. There's, if there's a way you can embrace it and use it for good.
Yeah, because I mean, like, if he's editing manga, did it say manga or anime? I mean, it doesn't
Anime.
really matter. It doesn't matter. But like, if he's going out of his way in his spare time to edit that, he's obviously got a real interest in that genre,
Mm-hmm.
and that's something that you should really invest in. Like, does he want to look at job opportunities within that industry? Working on, go look at editing courses or anything just to help increase knowledge base on that. And because I mean, you wouldn't edit something that you weren't interested. Because like Jack and I know, editing videos can be very tedious sometimes.
No, definitely.
And like, if you're going out of your way to edit them, which is can be a very tedious task at times, there's a passion there for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
No, I'd say that, and like also just don't misconstrue, like don't get it wrong. Like if that's something he's actually interested in, like my mate, one of my friends, his dad always used to like give him crap for always being on his computer, and now he earns a magnificent salary doing a job in computers and in programming. But all the time he was growing up, his dad would be like, "Get off that computer, get your head in a book, get off that computer," because that's what I did, and and that's the world's forever changing. But we all
Also,
watch
it's a bonding opportunity. Dark Knight said something similar down there, but it's he's given you a clue there as to what he's into.
giving him. That's a great
Like,
shout.
like, get into it.
Yeah.
Get into it. Bond with it. Like,
You know what? We did that with the boys. Like Logan loves anime, and so I said, "Hey, son, let me show you hentai." No, and so like he
I've
really,
seen it, Dad.
yeah, he's like, "Oh, come on," and that was it. It was exactly that. So like he really got into like a couple of series like Avatar, Last Airbender, and Korra, and all of that, Legends of Korra, and we watched a couple of episodes and we got into it. So it became like a family night thing. Every night we'd watch an episode because we all got hooked on the storylines, even Shay, like it was really cool. So we would spend, like a couple of weeks going through all the seasons of the one show and then going through the next show. It's a great bonding experience.
So really, the answer in this is, to give a sensible answer, is look for the clues. He's giving you a massive clue there, and it's like, just because it's not the traditional thing that you might think is hard work or showing an interest, it could be his next career. So okay, that's actually like we've nailed that one, I think.
Advice.
Advice. We
So
can
weird.
give it.
Jim's not here.
Okay,
He'll be so proud of us. Not for the 50 minutes before, but
okay,
yeah.
And once he's finished working out what hentai is himself, he'll be really pleased to hear about how well we've done tonight. Okay, here's another one for us. Another big question of the week. We have a 15-month who goes to daycare on Tuesdays and Thursdays for the last 3 months. Each drop-off and pick-up is a total meltdown. Apparently he's fine when he's there, but that whole process is emotionally stressful. Are we doing the right thing? How long did it take for your little one to enjoy going into a class or something without having a meltdown or going to a group?
Dude, drop-offs, action films. Every badass action film has the hero casually walking away from a massive explosion going on behind them, and they don't break eye contact. They're just cool as a cucumber walking away. That's what you got to be during drop-off.
Right.
That's it. Be the action hero.
There he is. And you can follow Brad for more walking away from your kids' advice on TikTok.
to be fair, I did it the other weekend. Harry, he's normally good as gold going in, but this time he like was really clingy, really wanting me in there with him. I ended up in there like a half hour after I was supposed to have left, reading him a story. I'm like, what am I doing?
I'm paying for this.
I'm paying for this. I got work to do. So maybe Brad's angle is right.
Yeah, the whole meltdown thing is
just be
totally
heartless.
about. Yeah, it's totally about control, though.
be,
Like, I feel like push back on Jackson's meltdowns by just being like, okay then, and just dropping. Like, don't like react to his meltdowns. I'm like, okay, fine. Well, you're staying here because that's what's happening. I'll see you later. Like, I mean, so and you feel guilty, but you've kind of, that person who's messaged in, just you need to kind of get over your parent guilt a bit. Like, you love that kid. You're putting them in childcare for their development. It's going to help them. But you still
also so that you can, I assume, work and pay the bills.
Yeah.
So
pay for them to eat food.
It's like on the top, isn't it? You go through, like, I feel like I'm coming out the other side of it now. But when Jackson first started having meltdowns in public, I'm like, oh, people are looking at us, and they think we're crap parents, and now I'm like, I don't care. Like that's it. I don't care. No, mate, you can't boss me around, because the meltdown is them trying to initiate control of the situation, and you've got to push back because you're in control.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I tell myself. I'm in control. I'm in control. I'm in just one more page.
I am the captain of the ship. I am the captain of the ship.
I'm the pilot. All right, I really am. I'm not, but it's the same for everybody. So I mean, I guess Brad does the superhero walk away, but really, what he doesn't tell you is when he gets his hanky out and has a good cry and nose.
Dude, I tell you what, it happened. Like when Logan, I can still remember how I felt. I think like Logan had started reception, and it must have been about maybe his second week, and drop-offs are gone okay, and then all of a sudden, just one day, I went and walked him in, dropped him off, and as I'm walking away, he let out this blood-curdling scream, "Daddy!" And I'm like, and I'm walking out the door, I'm like, I can't, and like I'm sitting there like, it was masculine walk away, guys, but like a tear was kind of forming, but I just, and then after a couple of days, he settled in, and that's it. I bet you if I asked him now if he remembers that time I deserted him at reception, he won't remember.
But you
ask
do.
His therapist, though. Ask his therapist, and she'll tell you all about it.
Okay. I mean, but that was a little bit of therapy. I feel like, Brad, you nailed some of the advice there tonight on the big question, mate. Daddy Jim will be proud when he comes back next week, when he's finished the Gary Delaney sabbatical. I think that's what he's called it. But I think we got through. We didn't hit any icebergs. We actually made it.
We did all right, and within time as well tonight.
And with it, well, there you go, Jim. You can learn something from me, the part-time host. To keep these beasts under control, you just got to let them do what they got to do. Look, but thank you to Connor, to everybody, to Dark Knight that's joined in the comments there. We're absolutely loving you guys joining in with the comments. Alive.
Wendy, we've had Paul, we've had Daniel, we've had Fat Man Club, we've had Roman. Who else?
We've had Wend.
Oh, yeah, Wendy,
Yeah, Wend's been
we've had
Thank you,
Danny, we've had Paul, we've had Al. Oh my God, we've had so many. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Honestly,
It's a
makes
movement
big
now,
difference.
guys. Yeah, so if you are listening to this from your podcast app, try and join us for the live, because we'd love to have you involved. If you're listening as regularly as downloading every week, we'd love to have you involved live. Like I say, 8:30 every single Tuesday. Just search us on Facebook, on the Dadsnet page. But yeah, we love having you involved. We love having it live. But obviously, we still love you listening to the podcast on the podcast app. Right. Let's wrap it up now, because I'm starting to waffle. So, Brad, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Jim, thank you very much. Jack.
Oh wow!
Whoa.
Wow, you went to Jim before me. He's
Jim, you're not
here.
here? No, because I'm getting my head. I'm going to get to my next bit. Go in. And Jim will be back next week, so normal service will resume. But Jack, thank you very much.
Yeah, screw you.
And Jim will be back next
I hope I
week.
don't press a button over you talking, eh?
You've got the power. You've actually got the power. Don't have a meltdown. Okay, Daddy still loves you, Jack. It's fine.
Jim will be back next week. Sparky, thanks very much.
Well done,
Peace out.
Sparky.
This
Loose Dads, a Dadsnet original podcast.